Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to thank you all for your flexibility today as we are working around the book fair and space restraints in the building. Today, we'll have the opportunity to work with your grade level PLTs and continue important work to move forward through the school year. Our first part of the meeting, we will be watching this video and working through several tasks. There will be parts of the video where you will be asked to pause for discussion or to complete other activities. Please decide who that person will be, who's in charge of the pausing. First, we're going to engage in a quick team builder activity. As you go around the table, each person will share a glow and a grow from this week. A glow is something meaningful, powerful, something that went well or was exciting from this week. A grow, it could be something that you might want to try differently, something that happened that just wasn't the best, or something that you might want to work on. These can be centered around your school life or personal life. So, for example, my glow from this week is that I had the opportunity to lead a data digging protocol with the school improvement team, and I think that it went really well. Everyone was engaged in the data, and we were able to complete our task in a meaningful way to start moving towards solutions as a team. A grow for me this week would be maybe wanting to work on my time management a little bit. I just couldn't seem to tackle my to-do list, my ever-growing to-do list that I would have liked to this week. So those are my glow and my grow. So now if someone could pause the video so that your team can go around the table and share their glows and grows for the week. And don't forget to unpause me once you're done. Just like we're working to build relationships with our PLTs and our staff here at Pleasant Grove, we need to continue to work on building these relationships and making connections with our students. Think about this glow and grow activity and how you can implement this in your classroom to help build those relationships and make connections. Possibly doing this at the end of the week or at the end of a certain lesson or activity could be very powerful. This also could be something that you could start to try and do before your PLT meetings each week to continue to work on building those personal relationships as a team. We're now going to move on to two different tasks that we need to complete today. Task 1 is voting for our Teacher of the Year. Each team member will need to visit the link that you see on the screen to complete the voting. As you pull up the Google form, please make sure to read through the description at the top explaining the criteria for Teacher of the Year, and then go ahead and cast your vote. Please pause this video right now so that each team member can complete voting. Once you're done, continue watching the video. The second activity that we must complete today is the Belief Survey. This is a survey that some of you might remember taking at the beginning of last year. The Instructional Leadership Team, formerly known as the MTSS team, felt that before unpacking this data as a whole staff, it would be more meaningful for us to have current staff members complete the survey to have more accurate data. So please visit the link that you see on the screen right now to complete the survey. Pause and then continue the video once everyone is done with the Belief Survey. Today we're going to move forward and revisit Understanding by Design, or UBD, and continue this work within our PLTs. Our learning targets for today are I can explain the steps in the UBD process, and I can use where to help make instructional decisions during UBD planning. To begin, we're going to review the basics behind UBD and the compelling why. The quote states, "To begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. It means to know where you're going so that you can better understand where you are now, so that the steps you take are always in the right direction." Through the UBD process, we're keeping the end in mind to help guide our planning and decision making, so we are always headed down the right path, not being distracted by those side roads or detours that might pop up. UBD is broken down into 3 stages. We talked a lot about this during our August workday, so I'm going to do a quick review of our 3 stages. Stage 1, you are identifying the desired result, thinking, what do students need to know and understand by the end of the unit? This stage is where you will spend a lot of time unpacking your standards for the quarter or for the specific unit and creating learning targets to help students understand what it is they are going to learn. Stage number 2, determine acceptable evidence, thinking about what collection of assessments will prove that students learn the essentials from stage 1. Here is where PLTs will focus on creating your common assessments and other assessment opportunities for students. Keeping in mind that this doesn't always mean paper pencil assessments. There could be a variety of ways for students to prove their understanding. And then the final stage in the UBD process is planning learning experiences and instruction. Here is when PLTs are starting to think about what activities, strategies, and instructional methods will help students learn and prepare for the assessment you plan in stage 2. Today we're going to dive deeper into that stage 3 using the acronym WHERE to help guide us in making the most effective instructional decisions. So I'm going to go through the acronym with us. W is where are we going? Why is this important? And what will be required of the students? H, as you're planning those learning experiences, how are you going to hook and hold students' attention? This could be a fun part of planning some type of mystery, a challenge, emotional connection, personal experiences, really getting students hooked into what they are about to dive into. The E, explore, experience, and equip. What information or skills need to be taught explicitly to equip students? What activities, homework, or out-of-class experiences might be needed to equip students? And what type of learning will get the students to explore those big ideas? R, rethink, revise, refine, and reflect. What big ideas do we want students to rethink? How will you challenge students to revisit important ideas? How will you encourage students to reflect upon their learning and thinking? And how will your design help students become more metacognitive? E, opportunities for student self-evaluation. Making sure students are able to reflect upon the lesson and their assessments and their learning. How difficult was it? What are you most proud of? What was most and least effective? All important steps into this process. So looking back and thinking about the WHERE acronym, you think, will the students know where they are going, why, and what is required of them? Be hooked, engaged through inquiry, research, problem solving, experiments. E, have opportunities to explore, experience the big ideas, and receive instruction to equip them for the required performances. R, have sufficient opportunities to rethink, rehearse, revise, refine, and reflect upon their work. And E, have an opportunity to evaluate their work and set future goals. So keeping all of this in mind when you are planning those learning experiences. To briefly talk about the to part of the acronym, consider the extent to which the learning plan is tailored and flexible to address the interests and learning styles of all students, and organized in sequence to maximize engagement and effectiveness. So now what? Your next steps as a PLT are now to continue your work planning for second quarter using UBD and keeping the 3 stages and the WHERE to acronym in mind. You're going to record your minutes from today's meeting in the normal PLT minute template. Go to the PLT folder on the Google Drive. Once you click on October, you should see a minute document for today's early release meeting. If you have any questions throughout your meeting, be sure to add those in the question box in your minutes. And then at this time, specialists, ID mod teachers, and pre-K teachers can be excused to continue your planning work in your classrooms. Thank you.